on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. President Biden is stumping for Democrats in Florida today and making a pitch to senior voters with just a week to go till midterms. CBS's Stephen Portnoy reports.
At a community center halfway between Miami and Fort Lauderdale, the president said his policies will lower costs for seniors. In particular, those on Medicare who take insulin.
They're not going to have to pay more than $35 a month.
Mr. Biden said a Republican-led Congress would target that change and more.
They're coming after Social Security and Medicare in a big way.
Polls indicate Republican incumbents are ahead in Florida's gubernatorial and Senate races. Mr. Biden traveled to the state to try to boost Democratic turnout and raise campaign cash.
The man accused of attacking Paul Pelosi will be arraigned soon on multiple charges, including attempted murder. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti reports.
Federal officials really describing a very disturbing plan, saying the suspect arrived here at this home early Friday morning with a bag of items to take Nancy Pelosi hostage. They say he intended to tie her up and assault her using a hammer.
The Parkland school shooter will be formally sentenced to life in prison tomorrow, but today, survivors and family members of the 17 people he murdered get to address him. Teresa Rabinovitz lost her daughter.
I hope your ever-breathing moment here on earth is miserable, and you repent for your sins, Nicholas, and burn in hell.
Hundreds of protesters hit the streets in Jackson, Mississippi today, demanding the state do something about its water crisis.
We're not going anywhere, and we're going to keep fighting, we're going to keep marching, we're going to keep protesting until we get clean water in the city of Jackson.
The system's had problems for years, but failed back in August, and many people are still boiling their tap water today just to be safe. Tomorrow, grain exports out of Ukraine will stop over Russia's refusal to back off blockades. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The deal had been hoped to ease the global food crisis, State Department spokesman Ned Price.
Moscow doesn't care. Moscow doesn't care if the world goes hungry. Moscow doesn't care if people starve.
Moscow is insisting on guarantees that Ukraine is not using the humanitarian shipping corridor for military purposes, and is also warning it will be risky to continue the shipments without its participation.
Takeoff, the youngest member of rap group Migos, has been killed in Houston, and fans there are devastated.
This shouldn't be happening all the time. This should not be happening left and right. Especially here in the city of Houston, this should not be happening at all.
Police haven't given a motive for the shooting. Takeoff was just 28 years old. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dashcam news adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.